I'm going to give you one more clue.
Josie's on a vacation far away.
Come on.
Come around and talk it over.
Who is it now?
I don't want to lose your love tonight.
Walk-up song for the ages. Y'all know who I'm talking about. That's right, the mayor. Number 15 in your program, number 1 in your heart. I don't know what number he wears for the Mets. I just know he wore 15 for the Bulldogs. And he's on your radio right now. The mayor, Jake Mangum. Jake, does that get the blood boiling for you? A little walk-up song?
How we doing?
Just right, Jake. I appreciate a little time with you here this morning.
Look, I gotta give my boy from high school a shout out. The walk-up song actually originated from my outfield counterpart at Jackson Prep, Trace Lovertich. So,
okay.
He was actually the one that gave me the idea to do it, and man, it kind of stuck after freshman year.
Yeah, it just stuck. So you had it throughout high school as well, huh?
Oh yeah. No, he had it in high school.
Okay.
And then after high school, I was trying to figure out a good walk-up song, you know. You know, Mississippi State fans, you know, consistently come to the games, and they want something to sing along to, and it's just an easy, you know, just something you're going to remember. And man, Trace he had a great idea, man. That was his walk-up song in high school, and he kind of gifted it to me because he was my sophomore roommate. He was a Kappa Sig at Mississippi State.
Okay, yeah, very cool. It's interesting how, you know, there's always a story, at least behind the great walk-up songs that last and, like you say, become iconic. You know, you got to be a good player, which you were, which is part of it. But also, yeah, there's something about being able to sing along. And it's like Rooker's. What was his? He had Sinatra, I think, what Brent Rooker had.
The best is yet to come.
That's right. You know, one day, Jake, we had Brent on the radio, and he told us that his backup song is like another one that he considered, which was Tom Sawyer. You know, with the great drum solo, and we thought, oh boy, that would have been fantastic too. So it looks, I mean, how much in a typical college baseball clubhouse, how much thought is going into the walk-up songs?
A lot. You know, it's baseball is, it's really turned into a sport that they want you to, you know, kind of express yourself a little bit, you know, whether that be eye black, wrist tape, you know, it's times have changed with baseball, and, you know, walk-up songs or whatever it may be, you know, different cleats, designs, and, you know, now in Major League Baseball they have players' weekends, they have their nicknames on the back, they have custom cleats, whatever it may be. It's just kind of your way to kind of customize it.
Sure. Jake Mangum on your radio right now, starting us off today on this Tuesday. Jake, what do you do as a baseball player with where we are right now in this country and in this world? Everybody's sent home. What's life like for you right now?
Well, I'm staying ready, man. You know, I don't know when the Mets call us back, so I'm working every day. I'm getting my baseball in and getting my weight in you know. I'm staying on my routine. I'm not getting out of that, and right now is just it's a great time to get better. You know, you either getting worse or getting better, and I plan to be on the side that's getting better. And you know, my high school head coach Chuck Box has helped me out with a lot with that. He's kind of opened up his facility. It's been awesome. Been out here working with Gene Wood, fifth-year senior at TCU. You know, we're getting our work in. You know, and practicing social distancing. I don't. This coronavirus stuff's very serious, but you know, you got to find positivity in it, man. You look around. There's just so much negativity with this, and pointing fingers, and this is what we need to do. This is how we should do it. Look, there's no playbook here.
Yeah,
this is unprecedented times, and just, you know, when you look around and you see negativity with this, there's just no room for that, man. And you know, so you're just trying to stay positive and get better in parts of life that you've been meaning to get to, honestly. Whether that be, you know, more family time, more working out, more cleaning, whatever it is. You know, just you know, work on those areas of your life right now.
That's a really good point. I like the way you phrased that. Parts of your life that you've been meaning to get to, whether it's, you know, take your kids fishing a little bit more or just spend a little more time. Now, you know, for those things, we don't have an excuse, you know, because nobody's quite as busy. Take me back, Jake, to kind of the scene and where you were and what was going on when you got the news of all this that they were basically telling y'all to go home?
Well, I got to camp February 12th. Minor league camp started March 8th. So I was there about a month early in this thing called Major League Protection Camp. I wasn't at big league camp, but I was in minor league side. If the big league team needed us, they would call some of us over. I was fortunate enough to dress out for 5 big league games. I got 3 at bats. Played some defensive innings. And the crazy thing is, March 10th, 2 days after I turned 24, was the first minor league scrimmage day. And I went 1 for 2 that game, normal baseball day, went home. And they texted me and they said, hey, take tomorrow off. I said, okay, just sweet. Spring training off day. You take those. You don't complain about it. You say, okay, I'm going to take a day to rest. And then the next day they said, hey, take another off day. And I was like, okay, something's up here. And that's another the coronavirus stuff. I was watching the Mississippi State-Texas Tech game. Watched both games, actually. Fired me up. And, and then social media started blowing up about this coronavirus coming, spreading towards America. And that's when I got serious, and the Mets called us in the next morning, and they said, we're going to have a meeting. Had a meeting, and they said, hey, just hold tight. We're going to take a couple of days off, see what's going on. And that night, they said, spring training's postponed. Come get your stuff tomorrow and head home. So since then, I've come home, and I've been getting to work.
Jake Mangum on your radio. Y'all follow him on Twitter if you don't already. We're going to talk about some news from Jake at Jake Mangum 15 at Jake Mangum 15. So give him a follow. So it pretty abrupt. You're there one day, take a couple days off. Next thing you know, it's go on home. What's the communication process been like for you with anybody from the Mets organization since you got home?
Pretty much every single department, whether that be hitting, mental strength, or actual strength coach, head of the minor leagues, you name it, have contacted each one of us about 2 days a week, making sure we're getting our work in, staying ready, because you don't know. Like, what if they find a vaccine tomorrow?
Right.
I know the negativity people out there are going to say, no, this is going to drag on for a year. But look, you don't know. No one knows.
Mm-hmm.
So the Mets are just trying to make sure that we're staying ready. And, because if they call us back in 5 days, your butt better be ready.
That's right. That's right.
So
right.
I'm pretty much on call right now. I'm thinking of it. I'm home on call. And whenever I get that phone call, I'll be in Florida in 12 hours.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, Jake, I guess this goes without saying. I mean, it's going to happen again. We're going to play baseball again. We're going to play, everything. We're going to practice again. It's just we don't know when, how soon, how far. So I think you don't need me to tell you that, but I think that's the right approach, staying on ready each day that you wake up. Hey, and I mentioned you had some news. For anyone listening or watching on Facebook or Periscope, listening on the radio, if you don't follow Jake on Twitter, you might not know this, but news popped out yesterday that Jake has a new show and podcast, his very own. It's going to be an interview show coming out, The Jake Mangum Show. So, Jake, first of all, congrats on the news on that. And secondly, when and where can people listen?
Well, today we're actually going to film, I guess, the intro video, just to kind of get on video, kind of explain what the show's about. This isn't going to be a strictly Mississippi State show. Some of my first guests I've already lined up have no ties with Mississippi State. Some do. Some are huge Mississippi State guys, and some have no ties. So this is going to be for anybody who just loves sports, and and just everyone's kind of. I mean, tons of people are at home right now, and I just think that I'm going to try to set positivity through this, and hopefully get some guys on that have really cool stories, and just kind of pick their brains a little bit. I ask a lot of questions, so I'm going to fire away some questions to some really cool guys that whose stories are all unique in their own way, and hopefully it will help somebody down the road in sports and just in life in general. So stay tuned for that, and I'm really excited about it. It's not going to be like a weekly show or a daily show. It's nothing's going to be live. It'll all be recorded, and I'll post it on Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube. I'll have it on a ton of outlets just to watch the episodes as they come out. There's not going to be a set schedule for them, but just I'm just going to do it like intro, episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, and just keep going.
Man, that's fantastic. It's one of those things, Jake, where I would imagine this is something that you have probably wanted to do, but you never really had the time to do it. Am I in the ballpark?
Yeah, this all season I realized that pro all season's a long time off.
Mm-hmm.
And right now I'm getting my work in the mornings. Like I just finished a full workout here on the baseball field. I'm about to go get a lift in, and then I'm going to have the whole afternoon off. So I'm going to get that podcast rolling a little bit more today. So, yeah, I got some time to do it, and man, I've met some really cool people through my story of baseball. And through that, I want people to hear their stories.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be strictly baseball interviews or football. It'll be baseball, football, basketball, beat writers, you name it. Just anyone who I like, if I like their story and I think people should hear about it, I'm going to try to have them on the show.
Very cool. Very cool. I know I'm looking forward to it selfishly. I know everybody else is too. And it looked like you had a great response when the news came out. So really excited about that. Hey, real quick.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah. Well, that you're going to have, not to make you nervous or anything, but it's not like you hadn't played baseball in front of 15, 20,000 people before too. So you're not going to be nervous, but you're going to have a lot of people listening. That's for sure. So we're all really excited about it. Jake, if you were during this time and this break, a college athlete that just saw their season come to an abrupt end, like it's not coming back. I was talking to Coach Lamonis yesterday a little bit about that. If you could stand in a room in front of those guys who are still in college, who were your teammates, the Tanner Allens and Jordan Westbergs and those guys, Rowdy, what would you say to them? What would your advice to them be about how to handle this?
I think these next couple weeks or months, well, however long this is, the longer it is, the more severe is what I'm about to say is going to happen. The longer it is, the more separation you're going to see. The people who get after it are going to get a lot better. The people who don't work hard and use this as a time to, just kind of lay around and not really get their work in, you're going to see a separation. I think a lot of guys are going to figure some things out with their swings. I know today I made a huge stride in my right-handed swing. So every day, just get your work in. Use this as a time to get better. I love the old saying that there's no staying the same. Every day you either get better or worse. Mm-hmm. Think of it like you have some stock, and you're either going to get better or worse every day. So be on the side that's getting better. Use this as a time to outwork some people. If you're a college athlete right now, the season just got pulled away from you. Use this as I saw someone say today that 9 weeks from today is the first summer ball baseball game, and as of now, that's not been canceled. Then use this as a 9-week period to get bigger, stronger, faster, better at baseball, and the mental side of the game, which is so important. Use this as a time to get better and get ready for either summer ball or, maybe you never know what's going to happen. You don't. So keep getting your work in and stay ready.
That's great advice. Not only for baseball players, but for everybody. For everybody.
Everybody. Yeah, if you have a business right now and you're working from home, use this as a time to get some extra work done. This is a time where maybe you're not at the office, and throughout the day you have people come by and talk to you a little bit and kind of get you distracted from work. Use this as a time to lock in on work, get your work done, and maybe take a step in organization. There's so many different aspects in life you can get better at right now, and whatever that may be that you've been meaning to get to, there's no excuse now.
That's right.
I've been too busy. I'll get around to that. Well, hey, you got all the time in the world right now.
That's exactly right. Jake, it's a real pleasure to get to talk to you, man. Wish you the best of luck. I hope we can stay in touch, and can't wait to see your content coming out soon. We'll make sure that everybody listening to this show is aware of when it's out there and where the links are. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it very much.